Hey everybody, Miss Lottie Da here, and due to technical difficulties, I wasn't able to record yesterday's reading, so I'm going to go ahead and record yesterday's reading and today's reading as well, maybe, if Morris will let me. Uh, Look at this. Yeah, he just does not want me to do this. Uh, it is so early in the morning, and I love this time of morning because everyone else is asleep, and so the house is quiet. And it's rare around here to get actual nice, quiet time. So I feel like this is the perfect time to be filming. It's also the perfect time that I sit and reflect on things, and I get my day together and write down in my planner what I'm going to be doing for the day and for the week. And I just love this time of early morning. But I'm also a night owl, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, if I can get the cat off my book, then we can go ahead and read. Come on, Morris. Let me do my reading. Okay. This one is day 25, and it is your season of Morris. I am so sorry about this. He's just in one of those, lovey moods that he gets in every once in a while. I apologize. Okay, let's begin this. Day 25, your season of friendship. The righteous chose their friends carefully, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. Proverbs 12:26. And isn't that so true? I walked in the door with my shoulders hung down and my brow furrowed. My husband immediately asked, "What's wrong? How was coffee?" I had gone to coffee with an acquaintance/friend, and I'd left discouraged. Again, I'd known her a while, but it seemed like over the last couple of years she'd changed. Every time I was around her now, I left feeling bad about myself. She wasn't directly mean or malicious, but every other comment out of her mouth was a rude remark about me or another person. It started out subtle, but became a consistent pattern. Once I realized what was going on, it actually reminded me of a funny scene from the movie Bridget Jones' The Edge of Reason. In this scene, Bridget is having dinner at a restaurant with friends, and one of them looks over Bridget's shoulders at a tall woman coming up behind her. She whispers to Bridget frantically, "Jellyfisher alert, jellyfisher alert." Bridget turns around and sees the woman coming toward her. Her narrating voiceover to the audience starts up again. Janae Osborne, talking to her is like swimming in a sea and being stung repeatedly by enormous jellyfish. Then Janie appears behind Bridget and begins talking. There's a jellyfish icon at the bottom of the screen keeping count of the number of stinging statements. "Bridget, how's it going with that divine man of yours? You must be so pleased to have a boyfriend at last." Number 1. "Is he taking you to the law council dinner?" Number 2. "Oh well, I'm sure he must have just forgotten." Number 3. "Better start slimming into that dress." Number 4. "So he's given you the night off to cheer up all your single friends?" Number 5. "I saw him just an hour ago going into his house with little Rebecca Giles." Number 6. "She's only 22." Number 7. "She's got legs up to here." Number 8. "And Daddy owns half of Australia." See ya, babes. The whole thing is so funny because it hits home for many of us. And unfortunately, that's exactly how I felt every time I was around this particular friend. I stood in my kitchen recounting for Matt my own jellyfisher encounter. When I finished my recap, Matt looked at me and said with zero emotion, "Why do you keep hanging out with her? Every time you come home, you feel bad. Stop hanging out with her." Huh, what a concept. So you know what? I did. I stopped hanging out with Jellyfisher, and I'm better for it. I think sometimes we forget we are grown women who get to choose our friends. We aren't stuck hanging out with whoever is in our homeroom class like we're still in middle school. We get to choose our friends. And whether we realize it or not, the Bible talks a lot about this responsibility. Don't be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. Corinthians 15:33. One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Proverbs 18:24. Do not make friends with a hot-tempered person. Do not associate with one easily angered, or you may learn their ways and get yourself ensnared. Proverbs 22:24. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Proverbs 13:20. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. Proverbs 17:17. We reflect the people we hang out with. Motivational speaker Jim Rohn said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." But the good news is, we get to choose who those people are. On day 12, we talked about how we get to choose what we put in our minds. So today is an important reminder that we also get to decide who we spend time with. If you have people in your life who are negative, who tear you down and make you feel bad, it's up to you to do something about it. In the words of my painfully practical husband, stop hanging out with them. Like me, I bet you'll be glad you did. Oh yes, that has happened to me several times in my life. Reflection and prayer. How do you feel when you consider that you reflect the people you spend the most time with? Is there anyone in your life who's a bad influence that might not be kindly moved to the outside of your inner circle? Oops, I'm sorry, I think I skipped the whole sentence there. How do you feel when you consider that you reflect the people you spend the most time with? Is there anyone in your life who's a bad influence that might need to be kindly removed to the outside of your inner circle? Or maybe even the outskirts of your life? Spend some time in prayer today, asking God to help you see the areas of your life where you need to protect yourself. Ask Him to help you seek out and surround yourself with the wise so you can become wise also. And you know what? I just recently have done this, but it wasn't for friends. It was for family. Because I feel like even if they're family and they are so negative and all they do is bring you down and make you feel horrible or make you feel bullied, then you don't need to be around them either. All right, that's going to do it for that day. So I'm going to go ahead and read today's, which is day 26, and it is your season of home. A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. Proverbs 14:30. I was standing in my garage, disgusted. Actually, I've done that many times. Our house is older, and while it technically has a 2-car garage, the only 2 vehicles that could fit in it would be motorcycles. Add 3 kids, countless riding contraptions, old paint cans, wagons, and yard tools. And there's not even room to park 1 car. We just need a bigger garage, I thought. I was standing there staring at the abyss of stuff when I felt that familiar voice whisper catch me off guard. You don't need a bigger garage, Christy. You need to clean the garage you have. There it is, the truth, lovingly calling me out once again. So you know what I did? I cleaned it. It's amazing how that one act shifted not only how it looked, but also how I felt about it. We live in a world where Pinterest shows us we don't have what? We live in a world where Pinterest shows us what we don't have, and Instagram shows us what we should have. Sorry about that. And if there's any area of my life where I struggle with envy, it's within my house. I sometimes feel like it should be bigger, newer, more impressive, or that if I were a good mom and wife, it wouldn't be so messy. Have you ever felt like that? The truth is, there are millions of people who would love to have what you or I have. It's so easy to forget we have more than most. If you're in a season of life with little kids like I am, where a clean, organized home seems like an unreachable dream, The mere mention of cleaning may sound like one more impossible standard you can't meet, but that's not it at all. This isn't about cleaning, it's about contentment. Proverbs 14:30 says, "A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones." Look at the contrast between peace and envy. Envy rots the bones, but a heart at peace gives life to the body. To me, home represents a place of refuge, of comfort, of rest. And when I come home to toys everywhere and Ritz Bits crunched on the floor and jelly smeared on the couch, I want to scream and run back out the door. I don't think stuff is evil, and I don't think you have to be a minimalist to be happy. But I do find incredible peace and satisfaction after I cut out, clean up, and care for my home. It's not easy, and it's definitely not always perfectly maintainable. But sorry, I'm trying to turn this page with one hand, hold my camera, and there's a cat on my lap. So, yeah, I'm juggling multiple things here. And my cat is purring, and he's content, and I don't want to bother him. But doing what you can to make your home a place you actually want to go to is worth it. So how do you find that peace and make your home a place of refuge and rest? Maybe it's finally going through the closet that's been haunting you for years. Maybe it's purging your stuff by 30%, 50%, or 70%, and breathing a little easier because you have room to move, and you actually like what you kept. It's buying a nice candle and burning it even if you aren't having guests over. It's printing and framing a photo you really love. Sometimes it's as simple as rearranging the furniture or decorations you already have in a new way. Loving your home doesn't have to cost thousands of dollars. It can be simple steps you take that make all the difference in how you feel when you're there. For example, when my bed is made, I feel comfort. When I can find what I need, I'm calmer. When I have a candle lit, I feel relaxed. My house doesn't have to be perfect, and it never is. I don't have to have granite countertops, and we don't. But just because your home doesn't look like Pinterest doesn't mean it can't be a place of rest. What would make you feel at peace in your home? Like God reminded me, maybe you don't need more. Maybe you just need to take care of what you already have. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. Philippians 4:12. Reflection and prayer. What areas of your home are the most important to you in order to feel peace? For me, it's my bedroom and living room. What are the areas you can let go? For me, it's the bonus room and boys' rooms. Make a list of 5 simple things you can do that would give you peace in your home. Spend some time in prayer today, thanking God for all you have. Ask Him for the energy and motivation to take care of what you have, and the grace to let go of the pull toward perfectionism. Ask God to help you be aware of and grateful for the blessings all around you. All right. Whoa, both of those chapters hit home for me. And it's funny that I just read this one because my office where I do all of my filming is about to undergo some upgrades and some like light remodeling. So it's funny that and this was already predetermined before I even read this chapter. And it's just so funny how this book is hitting home with me in so many different ways. It's amazing. I just can't believe it. Like, I just read this chapter, and this morning I was ordering all my new office furniture that is much needed. um, yeah, this challenge it has really opened my eyes to a lot of things, and it just seems like it's when I began reading it, it's kind of like maybe God was telling me, okay, it's time, and I'm going to walk you through it, in your personal life as you're reading along. um, I'm going to make things happen for you as you're reading along. Each chapter, different things will happen. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for watching, and I know this video is a lot longer than the others, but it covered 2 chapters. And stay tuned tomorrow for the next day, and it should be back on track then. So, this is Miss Laddie Daw saying ta-ta for now.